Hey ho, Lydia Duprat here, aka the Heaux Mentor, and I mentor hoes. That's right, hoes! I just woke up. We're doing a video from bed. I don't have a tripod. I'm just gonna hold it. This is really like a classic me video. I think it's my second or third day in quarantine. Social distancing, that type of quarantine, not like, oh, you're sick and you have to stay home. Not that way. Oh no, I feel good. I probably because I had a Reiki healing yesterday, and would like to talk to you. Last time I got a Reiki healing, I ended up finding I had a spiritual awakening, and I got my breast implants removed, and I started Heaux Cosmetics. So I knew I was overdue for one as my business completes its first quarter. And with recent world events, I was like, I need to get my spirit right because I feel it slipping away from me. So most of it this time was therapy stuff. I want to say therapy, I just mean talking out what has been going on with me, tarot cards, and a particular issue that I have run into, and I just couldn't figure out why is this happening to me. We found out why. That is private information. I was surprised but not surprised. Handling it. Gotta handle it. Anyway, I'll probably talk about that more after I fix what's going on and some spiritual stuff. But I would really like to talk about the journey that I had inside my body and my visualization, and then also messages that I got from it that I feel could apply to you right now. So mind me, I'm skipping coffee and going for the Red Bull this morning. I'm still trying to get that launch, and not that cool beauty launch. It has got to go. We are on deadlines. We promised people, so I'm just gonna make this video and just get right into the launch. Hopefully today. Anyway, so sorry, I'm just thinking about the launch. Okay. So sorry. Okay. This will be a really good launch. So I did the healing here right in my bed, and I did an online session with Sacred Stripper, aka Heaux are Healers, aka Amira. I love it. She has many names. She's got many names. Is this your baby? Are you camera shy? No. Okay. Sorry. And so it's done in silence, and she's just contacting my ancestors. My ancestors made themselves known to her, and it was really cool. So I was laying here and my visualization had started. I found myself in a room with a red carpet, and there was diamonds and pearls and gold coins everywhere. And I was just like, all right, cool. Money. And then the floor opened up into a black hole, and everything except me was pouring out of the room into this black hole, and just it was endless. All of these objects down in the hole. My ex was in the hole, and he was literally dramatic, in a movie. And in the movie, when the bad guy falls off a cliff and he's like, help me, and you're just like, I mean, not you, but the character is just chilling. So I watched my ex fall into that pit with all of the money and objects, and then I found myself alone, comfortably in a white room. Since everything was taken out, even the wall coverings, it was just a white room. And the white room turned into snow, and I found myself on top of a mountain. And then I found myself underwater, deep underwater, almost drowning, but I knew that I wasn't gonna stay drowning. And then I went into a rainforest, and I was just looking at water droplets on the leaves of all these really exotic plants. And then I was in a field, just all green field. And I don't remember. I was taken to other landscapes as well. It's safe to assume that they were nature based. And then I found myself back inside my body, and I could see my organs. So like, you know, like when we feel ourselves in our body, we feel ourselves in a conscious way. But I was looking at my organs and like my blood and everything that made me human. My organs disappeared. My blood was gone. And my body started filling up with leaves and roots. And so wherever organ was, roots had started to grow and leaves started to sprout. And my entire body became full of plants. And then it got really full. And I was completely covered, full of plants. And then what had happened was, once I had like become full of plants, the best way to put it is like zoomed out. And that plant that had filled my body became one tree. And then 10 more trees. And then I was an entire forest. Like a gigantic forest. And that's all it was. And I had just become the earth, basically. Then towards the end of the energy clearing, my heart started to like heat up in a really satisfying way, not like that. And then it just became golden. Like there was just this wave of like a yellow gold aura. And I felt like someone was like applying pressure to my chest, but not in like a, oh my God, I can't breathe way, but it like a hug. It felt like someone was giving my heart a hug, which was so nice because I didn't know what that felt like. That's what it felt like. Imagine the best hug you've ever gotten in your life, but on your heart. Like, so it was beautiful. I didn't feel overwhelming emotions. Like a lot of times I feel like a release of emotion when I do anything spiritual. I didn't feel it that time. I was kind of just relieved as if like I had finally stopped bleeding or something. I'm like, oh good, the cut is stopping to bleed. Great, I don't need stitches now. So it was a release in that way, but maybe I'm just more high strung than I thought. And I didn't feel like I could have a release. Or maybe I just hear these birds. I think it just wasn't required. I don't think I was that blocked up. But what I did learn from it is, you know, like the message that had come through from my ancestors is that like I place too much value on myself based off of how much money I'm making. So like the more money I make, the better. It's not like the higher my self-esteem, like, oh, I think I'm better. It's more about like my value to other people. So if I'm making a lot of money, I feel like I deserve to have people in my life. And then if I'm not making a lot of money, I feel like I don't deserve that. Like I feel like, oh, I'm not useful to anybody. Like, so I shouldn't reach out and I shouldn't share with them. And because I just feel like, oh, I'm of no use. But that is deeply ingrained into me from my past as a hoe, right? Because what happens if we don't have a value to someone, they don't book us, or our pimps don't want us, or you know some like that. It's very that. And even to my family disowned me until they found out I was making money, and then they wanted to reconcile and ended up giving them money. So that is so deeply ingrained to me that it's actually standing in the way of me progressing in my future. Because part of me progressing in my future is because I have reached certain levels, you know, of success, that what I need to focus on now are my relationships with people, because it helps me directly relate to myself. And, you know, if you're not right with yourself, like you cannot move on to the next level. So that was really crazy, because I feel like I've lived most of my life, like trying to survive on some, you know, that's the whole life, is like, it's a permanent hustle. And I love it and I embrace it, but not if it's hurting me. So, like, the message, like, I have chills in my whole body right now. The message is to, like, value yourself outside of money. And because the world is changing right now, and because money is not as valuable as it was just a few weeks ago, other things are finding value now, like toilet paper, respirator masks, like all these things. That's what we're finding value in. Money is becoming less and less important. So my ancestors are like, if there's ever a time to learn this lesson, it is now. So that was really special and really important. Some notes for me. One of my ancestors asked to be called Mia, Grandma Mia. I don't know who that is. I thought it was my other grandmother, but apparently not. But it's my Sicilian family, and they were showing the healer like pictures of Sicily when it was like completely natural, like indigenous Sicilian people were like, yeah, there was no buildings. Like, we've been here that long. We were here before buildings and shit. Show her these pictures, please. So the healer, she went online, Amira, she went online, and she showed me pictures of like how far back my bloodline is, and like who these ancestors are. So that was crazy. I thought they were more recent. These are like the OGs. And she's like, you're from a bloodline, that is like indigenous to the earth. I think that's what she said. Just like very, very old bloodline of healers and magical people. So I'm like, yeah, I knew that one. But conclusion, I am special. She also told me that I instill jealousy in others, and that's like the only part that made me so emotional because it's like, I don't want that. I don't want to make people jealous. I don't want to hurt anybody, and I don't do anything to try and make people jealous intentionally. I just try to live my best life. And Amira, she was like, that triggers people. And she's like, you try to paint yourself as less than to try and not upset people and make them jealous of you. But she's like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're still going to do it. It's like part of your feminine energy. So I was like, crap. And she was like, embrace it. Continue being yourself. Be more of yourself. And if it makes people jealous, it makes people jealous. She's like, that's not your concern. You need to stop concealing, part of the things that makes you great in fear of being, making people jealous. She's like, it happens no matter what. She identified a person in my personal life who is jealous of me, and it hurt. It hurt so bad to find this out, because I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I just tried to put her on, like, oh. So, we have to keep our distance from that person now. I literally have goosebumps about it. So, but honestly, she gave me homework too, to look at my shadow self. And your shadow self has those like darker qualities, and she's like, embrace those. Embrace them. So, it's important for me to identify those and like find the cool ones. Maybe that's my scandalous side. I've had no scandals, you guys. I've been like I've been good. But I guess we gotta get a little bad, and we have to find value in ourselves outside of finance. And stop presenting myself to people as an asset in that way, when I'm an asset in so many other ways as well. It's like, being a good friend. You will not get a better friend than me. You will not. Like, I'm the best friend you could ever freaking hope for. I will show up. I will give you my last. And I have given my friends my last before. I will do it again. I will mentor you to greatness. I will get you a puppy. I've gotten people puppies before. I will do it. Broke up with your boyfriend? That's okay. I'll date you for the night. I'll be gay for you. just to make you feel better. Okay. But like not fully, not like first date gay, not third date gay, if you know what I mean. I'll do anything for you, for my friend. So there's lots and lots and lots of value in that. Anyone can make money. Anyone can have money. It's actually, like, people put so much power over it, but it's honestly the easiest thing ever to make money. You know why? Because you can't make other things that are valuable. I give people my time. I will give you my time. Can't make more of that. So when I think about it, I'm like, there's actually so much more value to me that not only benefits others, but does benefit myself. And I need to start leading with that type of confidence, especially because of how the world is changing. It's crazy to think that money is not as valuable. So, yeah, so it was a really, really good healing. And I think I'm just ultimately disappointed that to find that people are still jealous of me when I'm not doing nothing to anybody. Like, that's what hurts the most, because there's people who are like, like they love it. They just love it. And they like do things, like they flex on social media. Like, I don't buy myself anything. I don't post anything. Like, I work really, really hard. And I feel like to be jealous of me doing my job and showing up and doing the hard work, like, how could you be jealous of someone's work ethic? Like, you can have that. Like, I feel like I don't have anything that people couldn't have themselves if they just applied themselves. Like, I'm not some like gifted talent, or genius or anything like that. Like, I've had a really, really hard life, and I worked hard to get out of that situation. And then my entire journey I've shared and then created affordable education or free education in the case of my YouTube videos, so people can follow my exact blueprint and have the same exact life as me. And it's like, oh, my face and body, guess what? I bought it. I wasn't even that cute to start with. So it's like I feel like there's nothing to be jealous of, because everything that I have could be obtained by someone else. That's what drives me mad. Because like there's some people who are just born like naturally gorgeous, and it's like they were born into wealth, and it's like, oh, you're beautiful, like you're born into money, like you'll never know what it feels like to struggle. Like, that's someone to be jealous of, like, truly. And I feel that sometimes. Like, when I see people living their best life and I know they've never struggled, and their mental health issues are probably laughable to a person that, like me, that has like complex PTSD and like Vietnam flashbacks on a regular basis, like multiple times a day, I get jealous of that. But it's not in a hateful way. I guess it's envy. I don't know which one is less bad. There's envy and jealousy. I think it's envy. And like, I can enjoy that for that person, but I have that moment where I'm like, damn, that will never be me. But yeah, like, you could look at me and not actually say that, like, that will never be me. It could. You could be me, for sure. But one thing, LD is not a hater. Never a hater. Anytime someone makes me feel like a little bit envious, I look at that person as my new teacher. And I'm like, why am I feeling envy of this person? Let's break it down. What do they have that I do not? And how can I get that for myself, if that's something that I really want? And then, yeah, that's my teacher. So, I don't know. If you're watching this video, like, someone it made me laugh, but it also made me sad. When I was introducing the lipsticks, our new sex-proof lipsticks, someone was like, "You're so dumb it hurts, but nice lipsticks though." And I was like, am I dumb? I don't know, maybe. I feel like I'm not. But I also feel like people overestimate my intelligence. I think people mistake my work ethic for intelligence. It's not. if you never stopped working on your business, eventually you would get a good idea for it. So it takes me months to get a good idea. Well, actually, no. I think it probably takes me like a couple days to get like, that's the next big thing. But it's because I had already been working 24/7 mentally. So I think that's all it is. Yeah, so bring out my shadow self. Identify the jealous people. That was really helpful because I wouldn't have ID'd it. I can never tell when someone, like, you know what it is like, I can tell, but I go into denial. I'm like, no, that person, they would never. Look at everything I've done for them. How could they feel that way? But that is a lesson that is constantly reappearing that I still haven't learned. So I'm hoping this is the last time and I can get through this final hurdle in life. But also I don't want to be alone. You know, so I think that's sometimes why I ignore my intuition, because I don't have a fear of being alone. I know how to do it. I have been isolated so much in my life, but I just don't want that anymore. I want to see people every day. You know, like I want that. I like that. And having Heaux Cosmetics with like real employees to look forward to and interact with has shown me that humans are social creatures, and as part of the experience, the human experience, to experience other humans. So I'm going to focus on my own value outside of materials. But then it's so funny because like the little me, right? So we all have our inner child. The inner me came out to Amira the healer, and she named herself Little Lydia and was super proud of it. And I started like giggling when she told me. I was like, that's dope, Little Lydia. And she requested toys, and she wants materials, and I'm like, I would love to just throw out everything in my house. I would love to just have one chair, 2 outfits. Well, actually, I think 5. I think I can make do with like 5 good outfits. 5 outfits, 1 chair, 1 bed, 1 set of sheets, 1 plate, 1 cup. You know, like, oh, I aspire for that. But my inner child is like, no, we want toys. So I'm gonna, I guess, buy myself some stuff as an offering. Then I was told to fast for 3 days, which I'm not doing. I tried to do it yesterday and I ended up not doing it. I think it's a bad time to fast, or maybe it's a good time, but instinctually I'm eating more. Also, I'm on my monthly. So I will do the fast, but not right now. But the fast is a really good way for your spirit to thrive. It's an offering to the universe. The universe responds to sacrifice. So I need to do it. It's important. Also, fasting is really good for anti-aging. And your bitch has a birthday coming up. 30. I feel good for 30 though, honestly. Not too shabby. I see like slight signs of aging. I can't really tell that much. I feel like red light therapy is like really cutting clutch right now. Also, the new guy that I'm seeing came up in the reading a bunch, and it's a green light. He is like, I don't want to say it, but it's a good one. So, super excited about him, and I feel like we came into each other's lives at the same time, like at the right time, like an essential time in both of our lives. And she said that he sees me as like his angel, and he loves me. Oh my god, as I feel the same exact way. So, but you know, I'm barely emotionally available for like a serious relationship, even though I know it's headed that way. So, you know, he's been very emotionally open to me, and I'm starting to feel like, hey, like you need to appreciate that and reciprocate. But it's like very hard for me. And I'm bringing a lot of baggage, emotional baggage from my last relationship, which is like, it's critical for me to unlearn that behavior because it's not fair. So that's one thing I've been super open about, is like, hey, because I mean, like, he was with me, like, experiencing, like, my breakup with my ex got really ugly, like, very ugly. I'm like, who are you? But his true colors finally came out. So new boo was there at the tail end of it. Even though we broke up over a year ago, it just took me that long to detach from him. So my new boo really helped me with that. And it was just like, he was kind of like that voice of sanity, because he could see the effect it was having on me. And he's like, why are you letting him do that? Why are you letting him talk to you like that? He doesn't have power over you anymore. So honestly, that was critical for me to move on. He's like, so not a person I would typically go for, but you know why? Because he's a non-threatening individual that's good for my mental health and respects me. So it turns out he is exactly my type. So he's a lot younger than me, and I didn't think that would be good for me, but because what I realized about that, why it's so good for me, is because my inner child, is traumatized and just damaged. My ex was 17 years older than me, 16 or 17. Very old. Very old. And I've always gravitated towards older men because I felt like I don't have family, I don't have parents that I'm willing to associate with. And I always felt like I need a parental figure to heal my inner child. But all that ended up doing was making me feel misunderstood and oppressed, just the way my family did. So for me to have that younger energy, I feel like I needed a child to heal my inner child. I'm not saying he's a child. He's legal, grown man. We can have alcohol together. I'm not robbing the cradle, per se. So I feel like that's been critical. And she said, like, when we were doing the healing, that, like, she not like had contact with his spirit, but like just the way like my inner child perceived him, or something like that. But like he came out, and she's like, you guys were both kids playing together, and even your dog's inner child came out, and they were both puppies again. So you guys were just like playing in a field as children with puppies. And she was like, it was the most pure, beautiful thing. And I was like, so yeah, it was amazing. I'm going to put a link down. I paid full price for my session. I paid full price for my last session. It's just truly like, if you have money for something right now, get a Reiki healing if you're into that, because it could bring you clarity that psychotherapy never could. Your therapist can't look into your soul and be like, there it is. Also, I'm going to heal your chakras. So, what chakra? My crown was on point. My solar plexus was being attacked. I feel like everything else was pretty good. But, this is a long video. But you know what? I know you have time to watch it. So, let me know how you guys are doing. My heart chakra is damaged. Not surprised. Solar plexus and heart we need to work on. She also advised me to work on yoga that is focused around the heart chakra, which there is. So I will be doing that. I need to have a healthy balance of social life, or what's left of that. I've only seen one person since like this whole lockdown started. So I think we're good. I have my little apocalypse buddy. It is the man. He came over. Listen to this. He came over here. He cooked me a steak dinner. He made a 3-course meal. He made appetizers. He made a steak dinner with like yams and like some sauteed kale thing, wine, candles, the whole joint. Then he cracked my back afterwards, and I'm like, "Are you a chiropractor?" Like in 3 positions. Like, I've gotten my back adjusted many times by a professional chiropractor. He did the same thing that they do, and it was great. We smoked some weed. It was awesome. It was so great, and it's like that every single time. He loves to cook. Anyway, so things are good, but they could be better. And you know, we're a project. Like, I feel like we never arrive at mental health. You know, just the way like being an ally to Heaux. Like, you don't arrive at being an ally. Like, it takes work every single day to unlearn, you know, stereotypes and prejudices and whatever, and things that culture has ingrained into you. So I feel like you don't arrive at mental health. Like, it takes work every single day, and maybe now is a really good time to do that, and to prepare myself to, you know, like, take someone seriously, and be fair to them, because I want to bring my best self, you know, and to anyone that has my heart. Like, I want it to be whole and good and worthy. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up. I wanted this to be a 10-minute video, but I mean, if you watched it, you watched it. Again, like I said, I want to be someone's PewDiePie. If PewDiePie made a 30-minute video talking about his spiritual journey, I would be glued to it. Especially from his bed. Oh, the intimacy, baby. When I went to the grocery store one time so far, I always make it a point to have flowers. I have flowers here. I have flowers there. I have flowers in my bathroom. I have flowers in my living room. Basically, every room I have flowers. And what you can do is, you know, money is a thing right now. I get it. Just buy a dozen roses. Get a cute vase. You know, or be resourceful. This is the wine that we had at dinner the other night. So I saved the bottle, a little sentimental purpose, and I put 3 roses in here. But because of the style of the bottle, it looks like a full bouquet. So you take your 12 roses, your dozen, right? Put them in bottles. So I have some on my nightstand, some over there. I have like a single rose in the bathroom. And you can really like get some usage out of a dozen roses and be able to see them everywhere. It's really important right now that you have life in your space. I always try to incorporate all of the elements. So I always have candles going, fire. I have an air purifier, air, water. I have a water feature on my wall that's always going, and earth. So I have some fresh flowers. And I feel like having that balance of all the elements really is good for you, especially being stuck inside. So it's a little life tip, a little living tip. Also, something that helps me start the day is I want to wake up and the first thing I see is something beautiful, because it is damn sure not my face. So you can't go wrong with flowers. So whether if I wake up on my back and I see a bouquet of flowers over here, or wake up on my side and I see flowers over there, it is so nice to just wake up and see something attractive. If you don't have someone to wake up to, or a good looking person to wake up to. So yeah, first thing I see is cute little dogs and flowers. That's really a good way. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this up because I need to focus on the launch. Also, we're having a sale on Heaux Cosmetics on all of our eyeshadows. They're marked down, I think, by like 30%. Gorgeous pigment. And also our Liquid Finesse. People are using Liquid Finesse right now to calm their anxiety, and it's helping them have an easier time in getting groceries because it relaxes people around you. It makes you more trustworthy because it's liquid oxytocin. So we put our, like, a good size bottle, it's 10 milliliters. It's on sale for $40, which is the price of our 7.5 milliliter bottle. So awesome value. I just want people to have it. My employees are still going into work, which I don't think they should, but they need to work. I don't want to cut their jobs from them. So if they're willing to go in, everything's getting shipped out on time. So also we still have mystery boxes, which is like the best value ever. Mystery inheritance boxes. So it's like they're named after like things that you can inherit, like liquid assets, a trust fund, and the whole estate. And like it's such a good value. It's just between $25 and $100. So get that. Get yourself some Liquid Finesse. Although Liquid Finesse is, I believe, in all of the boxes. No, it's in the medium and large box. So check those out. I know your ass is home, probably shopping online. So anyway, so we have a sale on that. Trying to get the skincare launch. Where we're at now is just we're adjusting product descriptions, and all that needs to happen is we need to finalize the contracts, because we're not going to sell anything without having like all the legal stuff in place. So we're literally like on the cusp of it, and my audience gets first dibs because the quantity is so limited, even as a pre-sale. So okay, and now I'm going to go for real. I love you so much, and check in. Let me know how you're doing. Let's not lose our sense of community. Okay, I love you. Bye.